Off-road and luxury may seem rather an impossible combination, but guess what? Mercedes has done the impossible and has proven its excellence once again. The Project MAYBACH Off-ROADER, one of Mercedes' wildest Benzes in a while, was just unveiled. This vehicle is a fine blend of features of an extreme off-road vehicle and a high-end luxury sedan. You don't have to be a motorhead to be amazed by this partially Mad Max luxury off-roader, which can be the next decade's revolution. So watch till the end because we are going to reveal what makes this automobile the ultimate luxury off-roader of all. MAYBACH Off-ROADER is the result of a partnership between Virgil Abloh, the creator of Off-White, and former creative director of Louis Vuitton, and Gordon Wagner, the company's chief design officer. The MAYBACH Off-ROADER was one of Abloh's final designs before his death in 2021 from an aggressive form of cancer. It is a characteristically out-of-the-box design with many tiny touches that give the automobile personality. The MAYBACH Off-ROADER is merely a concept car. Arguably, it will see production. However, Wagner and Abloh have crammed the car with some most outrageous features of any concept in recent memory. Now let's have a look at some of these features that have made this car so significant. The unique design. The MAYBACH Off-ROADER stands out from all prior Maybach models because of how different it appears. Typically, a Mercedes-Benz S-Class signifies luxury. On the other hand, the Mercedes-Maybach S-Class raises the bar for luxury. Abloh's concept is completely different, with a distinctive front end that almost resembles a Rolls-Royce, rows of LED halo lights on the bull bars, and the car's roof rack, which gives a serious four-wheel look. Its upper body is covered in a glossy black color called obsidian, while the lower portion, side flanks, bars, and custom-forged rims are finished in a sand color. This is the color combination of the display model, but you will have a range to select from when it comes to production. After all, not everyone will fancy beige and black. Remarkable branding. The outside and interior of the MAYBACH Off-ROADER concept car are covered in Maybach emblems. The Mercedes TriStar is replaced with the typical MM emblem on the front of the automobile. The Maybach name is printed in the company's trademark typeface at the back. Along with the outer halo lights, the center of the front and rear lights also have large Maybach emblems. The interior is also brand heavy, with the MM logo displayed on the steering wheel and sides of the seats. Since logomania has emerged as one of the most controversial yet fashionable themes from modern design companies, it appears that the car is representative of current fashion trends in many ways. But it's no surprise because one thing that Maybach's and Abloh's Off-White have in common is their product's significant branding. Maybach branded axe. While the majority of the branding on the vehicle is intended to serve as a visual cue, there are also some odd elements. Just behind the driver's seat, a Maybach branded axe with the words "emergency use only" written on the glass cover is incorporated into the side of the vehicle. A built-in axe in a Maybach coupe can be rather an odd feature. It now joins the countless other branded items in the car, including the bolts that keep the seats together, a toolbox that folds into the console, and a few industrial-style gauges. There is no escaping the reality that this Maybach is among the most Maybach-branded vehicles ever produced. Sustainable interior. Many of the materials used in the Off-ROADER were produced using eco-friendly methods, carrying the sustainability theme from the exterior to the interior. For example, coffee shells were used to organically tan the leather that covers a large portion of the car's inside surfaces. Mercedes' press statement refers to the mix of hand-dyed cotton and wool in the car seat headrest as being locally sourced. Still, it doesn't elaborate on what exactly the company means by that word. The headrest may be unfolded and used as an overnight blanket. The MAYBACH Off-ROADER's interior materials are limited to some highly polished aluminum. Abloh's goal was to keep things simple, emphasizing quality rather than displaying a wide range of materials. Sophisticated fold-flat seats. The car's practical nature is still visible inside, despite its strikingly unique appearance and ultra-luxurious finishing. The seats stand out the most because they can be folded entirely flat and inserted into the back of the vehicle's headrests. In addition to folding out into a blanket, the normal seat headrest prepares passengers for a restful night's sleep in just a few easy steps. The bed's back headrests have tiny ring lights that shine on the back of the vehicle, allowing its occupants to read, or more likely, check on social media before going to sleep. Because of the vehicle's enormous size and abundance of storage spaces, there is more than enough place for overnight bags. The magnificent dashboard. The off-roader's dashboard would be equally unique given its distinctive appearance. It doesn't let us down since the standard electronic parking brake is replaced right away with a large glossy brake button to the left of the steering wheel. The side of the car's dash features a spherical compass. Between the two is a panel with numerous switches and buttons that can be flipped to display a sizable screen. This screen would probably be where the car's infotainment systems and settings could be changed if it were a fully functional vehicle. Still, as it's solely for display, users can play a specially made video game on it instead. Solar panels. At this time, every automaker is paying close attention to sustainability, and the concept of environmentally friendly vehicles is receiving more attention than ever. The off-roader incorporates that idea by having a huge array of solar panels positioned on its bonnet that might be used to produce electricity to increase the vehicle's range. Although no information is provided regarding the power or range that would be accessible to drivers, Mercedes is careful to emphasize that if the automobile did have a drivetrain, it would be all electric. More Maybach logos are woven into the solar panels, which have a tinted finish that virtually blends them with the rest of the hood. Industry analysts have noted that while solar panels can only provide a relatively tiny quantity of power, adding them to cars is not always as environmentally helpful as it might seem. The traditional AC strain brought on by leaving a car in the sun all day to charge can easily devour that energy. Although the idea of mounting solar panels on cars may be faulty in practice, it's intriguing to see how Abloh subtly incorporated them into the car's design. Full roll cage. Roll cages are a necessary safety component often concealed by pillars placed strategically and lashings of leather or polished metal. The Maybach off-roader concept turns that notion on its head by proudly displaying its roll cage on the outside. The cage smartly incorporates a roof rack with the capacity for multiple suitcases or other pieces of luggage, rising from the car's bonnet and extending all the way over the passenger cabin. Attachable tent on the roof. The roof rack has bolts for a roof tent, which comes with an extensible canopy to defend against the weather in case camping in the cabin isn't quite enough. According to the official photos, the room appears to be big enough for one person to sit in comfort or two at most. The Maybach might pass for an overland rig after the tent was installed, even though it is much longer and fancier than most. It feels like something out of a movie, right? Obviously, such an off-roader will blow your mind off, especially if you are a fan of wheels. Hold on, the surprise doesn't end there. The gigantic coupe has some intriguing proportions at a little under 6 meters long and rides high above the ground. The large BF Goodrich tires mounted on 17-inch rims contribute to the overlander look. It is unclear how the company would approach this if a production Maybach off-roader were to materialize, since tires this size aren't recognized for their on-road comfort. The Maybach off-roader, however, will be a luxury car that stands out from the competition. While the list of astonishing features continues, there is bad news for those big shots waiting to own a Maybach off-roader. At the moment, Project MAYBACH is merely a concept. Given that their current flagship S680 costs $570,000, you can expect a price that is almost as outrageous as the car. So there you have it, the ultimate Maybach off-roader. If you are rich enough to own a small city and crazy enough to buy the world's most luxurious off-road car, you might want to give it some thought when the Maybach concept comes to life one day.